Junior Award and four-time 1993 Soul Music Awards nominee in Vogue.
He is so funny.
He is hilarious.
Talented guy.
And we're opening for Luther, and Luther is fabulous.
He is.
Wonderful.
Do y'all stay to watch him every night?
Yeah.
You'll stay every night. You stay and watch
No.
Luther.
Well, I watched one or two songs.
Yeah, we
Last
catch
night
it.
we stayed almost to the end of the show.
Yeah.
He's
Just
captivated.
That's what I.
No tears, no sorrow. Cling to me with all your might and never, ever let me go.
When one talks about touring and the word diva, we have to think back to when, R&B artists have always had a bad history when it comes to touring with one another. Ever since the days of Motown, when the Supremes and Gladys Knight and the Pips, they got into it, with Gladys Knight, feeling that Diana Ross was trying to cite her. And then you fast forward, to the 90s where Guy and the Audition, when they toured, it wasn't always good. It left like a lot of people dying and whatnot, which that alone deserves a video by itself. And then fast forward, any tour, well, pretty much any tour R. Kelly's been a part of, a lot of R&B artists just definitely want to be the center of attention, want to be the so-called diva, Beyonce. Hi, I'm Reg. Welcome to episode 3 of Why the Beat. And in this episode, we are going to talk about the beef between Luther Vandross and En Vogue. Now, this is the beef between when both artists toured on Luther Vandross' Never Let Me Go tour that happened in 1993. This is a very interesting story that I've always wanted to talk about at one point. And I know a lot of people are kind of questioning, when the hell did these two artists have beef with one another? Well, it's kind of been something that it was a very big topic around that time. Around that time, it was a very big topic, but at the same time, too, it kind of got, swept under the rug and stuff. So we'll talk about that, En Vogue being one of the most influential and successful R&B girl groups of the 90s, made a huge symbol when it came to, like, women's empowerment, just the 4-part harmony that they were known for, you know what I'm saying? And what can we say said about Luther Vandross, one of, if not, when it comes to R&B singing, he is definitely like someone a lot of people look upon as like one of the greatest. I mean, the boy and the man can sing a whole phone book, and it'll definitely be soulful. Like, he just, how crystal clear his voice was and stuff, So, yeah, man, it's just kind of interesting how these two artists will end up having beef with one another. But you know what? As usual, let's take it back. So, we're gonna take this back to 1992. Let's just say 1992. So 1992, En Vogue dropped their second studio album, Funky Divas. Funky Divas debuted at #1 on the U.S. Billboard Top R&B Albums chart and at #8 on the Billboard 200. It peaked at number 4 on the UK albums chart, and to this day, it stands as En Vogue's best-selling album, as it sold over 3 million copies. You know, that album right there was a very, very, very dope album. Although a lot of people say that's their best album, in my opinion, I've always thought that the debut album, Born to Sing, that was the best album. But you know, Funky Divas was known for singles like My Love, You're Never Gonna Get It, Free Your Mind, Give Him Something He Can Feel, Give It Up, Turn It Loose, Love Don't Love You. Very successful album, you know. So with that being said, you know, the success of, you know, Funky Divas made En Vogue pretty much overnight celebrities, as they were appearing everywhere, from commercials, appearing on sitcoms, movies, sports events and whatnot. And so like, you know, it was like a lot of success that was happening all at once. You know what I'm saying? So now fast forward to 1993. En Vogue had just signed to an endorsement deal with Converse. And so around that time too, Luther Vandross, you know, has just dropped his 8th studio album called Never Let Me Down. Never Let Me Down was, you know, released on Epic Records in May. It was actually, you know, his first studio album not to debut at number 1 on the R&B albums chart. However, it did become his 3rd consecutive top 10 album on the Billboard 200 for Vandross, while it peaked at number 6. Album was only known for 2 singles like Little Miracles, Happen Every Day, and Heaven Knows. So as he was, you know, getting ready, he was getting ready for the Never Let Me Down tour, which that was a tour where it was going to cover countries, you know, such as England, Germany, the Netherlands, and France. So he needed an opening act. So he, you know, Luther Vandross, he wants the best out of the best when it comes to his opening act. So, En Vogue, him being one of the most successful artists at that time, you know, he handpicked them. You know, he handpicked them to open him up, you know, for the Never Let Me Down tour, or Never Let Me Go tour, excuse me. And so, you know, when they initially met, from what I'm looking up, and some of this information is coming from one of Luther Vandross's background singers named Kevin Owens, who dropped a book called So Amazing Through the Eyes of Kevin Owens. And he had a chapter where he talked about, you know, the incident with, he mentioned En Vogue and stuff. So and the initial meeting between En Vogue and the management, it was actually pretty good. He liked the vibe. He thought the ladies were very polite. And whatnot. You know, he thought they were very, everything was put together. However, there was some steepy things happening and stuff like that. When the thing that first had trouble when it came to the relationship with Luther and En Vogue was when En Vogue pretty much, as Luther Vandross, you know, if they want to come on stage, if he wants to come on stage with them during the end of their act, so that they could all sing a song with one another and whatnot. And pretty much, you know, Luther he didn't really feel like that was really something that he would like to do, because, you know, he pretty much wants his own set to himself, and he just felt that they didn't really understand, like, you know, the business technicalities and whatnot. So he pretty much just let that incident slide. Now there's something that you should definitely know when it comes to the relationship between En Vogue and Luther Vandross. That's like a common link. En Vogue's stage manager at that time was a guy named Dwight Miller. And Dwight Miller was Luther Vandross' stage manager for many years, and the two definitely, you know, had a lot of history and respect for one another. And so as the tour was getting ready to come underway and whatnot, En Vogue pretty much complained about how their placement on stage, because they felt like with a lot of people in the band and whatnot, the band was pretty much blocking like, you know, blocking the way they were singing and stuff like that, their placement on stage. And so, you know, Luther Vandross was heard about this news, especially from Dwight Miller, whom they called Popcorn. And so Luther, he definitely heard what he said, but he didn't really act upon it all the way and stuff like that. So pretty much, pretty much, as they were getting ready to perform, as they were performing one time and stuff like that, they pretty much said some stuff and apologized to the audience for quote unquote this situation. As you know, one of the members have said that, you know, quote unquote the circumstances was beyond our control. And yeah, it didn't really sit well with Luther Vandross. Now there's something you guys should definitely know when it comes to Luther Vandross and stuff, you know. He is definitely a perfectionist. Because when it comes to touring, he does not take shit from nobody. Because there's also stories where I remember when I want to say he toured with DeBarge back in I want to say 83, 84, and you know he didn't. There was of course how you know DeBarge. This was around the time you know DeBarge was going through that the drug issues and whatnot, and you know Luther Vandross didn't really feel some type of way about that. He felt like that they were kind of unprofessional and whatnot, and he also had a little incident with Anita Baker as well too, because you know Anita Baker, you know, is another quote unquote diva and shit, and they kind of got into you know with touring and you know with set lists and whatnot. So yeah, this is something that you guys should definitely understand when it comes to Luther Vandross and shit. So yeah, man, that's what happened, you know, with the stage placements and stuff. So what ended up happening in order for them to really get their self seen on stage, they really started firing members from the band. They started firing off with just one member, and once Luther Vandross heard that they were firing one member from the band, he pretty much was pissed out about it because he was like, "Why are they doing that? You know, it's part of the show, and you know what's they're just being unprofessional. He know what they were doing. They know what they were doing, and whatnot." And so, yeah, man, that's definitely the way that came about. And so it wasn't really too long until you know, and Vogue pretty much built towards the media, pretty much got the media involved when it came to like the disagreements and stuff like that. So yeah, so I remember doing like the interviews with Entertainment Weekly and Jet Magazine. Yeah, there was an interview Cindy Hammer said where she pretty much talks about how, quote unquote, we've been having a lot of problems with Luther. Our nickname for him is Lucifer.
Yeah.
Is that difficult for you?
It's a little bit
Sure.
difficult, but we're working it out.
What makes it difficult?
Well,
There's no sides to the stage, so you don't
Yeah.
know if you're gonna fall off or not.
and sometimes too you get confused. Where's the front? And you know, so
Yeah.
you don't know where you
Get
are
lost.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Is this your first time working in the round?
Actually, when we headlined, we worked in around maybe 4 or 5 times.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I couldn't imagine that. With the stage revolving, I mean, just going around and
It's
around,
already
driving me
round.
crazy.
It's confusing at times.
Because I get
It's
motion
crazy.
sickness anyway. I'd be like, hey, y'all got to stop this stage or
slow
somebody's
down.
going to get wet. Sorry.
Honey.
That was awful. Rewind the tape. Let's start this over. Come on, y'all go back out. We bring y'all back out. No, but really, I do. That'd be horrible.
Well, I know what I want to know. I don't care if it's in the round or just a regular stage. How many times do you ladies change outfits? Because I know.
A lady's question, right?
Yeah.
Thinker, you gotta say the show. That's how we get to you just to come
More
to
than
the
3
show.
times, though?
No,
No.
actually 3 times.
Okay.
Well,
I'm still gonna see the show. That doesn't matter. That doesn't
See, I'm like, I mean, I'd rather be like y'all, man. We go out there like this, man, stay for 2 hours.
That's easy. That would be easy.
I know.
I'd like to do that.
But see, we just, you know,
We
go
got
out in
ourselves in a
jeans, do
rut.
your
I
show,
tell
don't have
you
to
now,
change.
You all are very casual now.
yeah,
And
kicking it.
How you kind of like to be when you're not working? All the time, except without the makeup.
Right.
Yeah.
Heron also said that the main source of the beef happened, you know, with the stage placements and pretty much how Vandross's camp vetoed the idea pretty much. And with that being said, they had to their different entourage, like Envo's entourage and Luther Vandross's entourage, had to eat at different buses and stuff like that. and they had difficulty sleeping. Quote unquote, we feel very sorry for him. This reflects an unhappy person. Now, all throughout the tirade that En Vogue was putting out in the media, Luther Vandross was pretty much silent about the whole incident for the time being. However, according to his 2004 biography that came out, he had to hang curtains backstage so he didn't want to look at En Vogue's face. So listen to this, quote unquote. While on tour in Miami, Luther saw that a member of En Vogue had wandered over to his side of the drawn curtain. His temper hit full tilt and he actually called the Miami police to demand the group be charged with trespassing, the report states. Yeah, this is coming from the biography Luther, The Life and Longing of Luther Vandross by Craig Seymour. Whew. So man, that's crazy how Luther Vandross pretty much called the police on En Vogue just because they trespassed over to his side. That's how you know there was like a lot of problems towards that tour. So yeah, so eventually nobody got charged and stuff like that. Eventually, and so thank God for that. Now, according to Dawn Robinson, she pretty much said that the full peak of the beef that happened was when En Vogue declined Luther's request to do the Arsenio Hall tour. And so, Arsenio Hall, that was like a very, very big show around that time for like a lot of R&B and hip hop acts. And so, quote unquote, Don said, Luther asked us to do Arsenio for the tour. And we said no. We've done too much TV and we thought we were getting overexposed. We apologized, but Luther wouldn't let it go. Robinson also went out and said that they clashed over, the stage design and how Luther's band was blocking the audience and stuff like that. And so, after all of that, they pretty much just left the tour after all of that. They pretty much left the whole tour.
Please, I know everybody's bugging because I'm engaged to be married to Oprah, but this.
Oh, okay.
The cake. This is the wrong. This is not anniversary.
Terry made it. I made it. Okay.
This is the wrong kind of cake.
That's not the truth. Well, really, what happened was we ordered a cake, a special cake for you, and
Dawn ordered it.
Dawn ordered it. She got the order mixed up, and the bakery didn't make it in time, and they gave us this cake instead. It was an extra cake they had, but it's still nice.
You can freeze it. That counts, you know.
But this is the wrong kind of cake. I want an anniversary cake.
You can freeze it up. You don't know what it looks like anyway. Just get it.
It's gonna taste good. Yeah.
I know what it looks like. This is what it looked like. Because the cake go right down to my end. Ooh, no, but I want an anniversary cake.
Can we have an anniversary cake, please?
I think we can manage
I
that.
think we can.
Oh. Yes, wait. I want it all. I want it all. See, fellas? Whine and beg for what you want like women do, and you get it. This is great. Thank you all very much. I can't think of a better surprise. En Vogue.
So yeah, En Vogue pretty much left the tour, and they didn't finish their leg. And the reason that they came up with the media was that Cindy was pregnant with Glenn Braggs, who was a baseball player. He was pregnant with his baby and stuff like that. So this little throw that out there just so the media can just ease attention from all of that. Terry Ellis went on to say about the Road of Fame, it all happened so fast, quote unquote, back then, and the stuff we went through with Luther and other acts go through long before they're opening stadiums and arenas. They have the time to learn how to deal with it. It's sad. He's such a tyrant. Cindy Herron went on also to say, she said, quote unquote, nothing we've done prepared us for an experience like Luther. Luther was just so nasty. It was so intense, but as a Christian, I had to try to understand that we're all people and we have our own lives and things that have affected us and our weaknesses, end quote. So yeah, it's a pretty much a cause if one wants to be a diva or a divo or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much, you know, the whole beef between Luther Vandross and then Vogue. Like I said, you know, I don't really use these videos to, you know, bash any artists. I just want to tell the story and whatnot. And I hope you guys enjoy that story. Just something a little different I want to try out for the show. So yeah, make sure y'all follow me on Insta at MCRegMusic, on Twitter at RealReg1. Also follow me to subscribe on this fucking YouTube channel and stuff. Like and share this. And so yeah, thank y'all so much. I hope y'all have a good night. Peace.
I sit 90 degrees underneath palm trees, smoking weedies as I burn my calories.